I always have good thoughts while I'm walking the dog. I was just thinking about that whole Peach in another castle thing, and how you can't find wisdom. I think I remembered that in the game, I think it was Mario 64. You're given that letter at the beginning, and it says, "Oh, Peach is throwing a party." Right, which sounds kind of like the plot in the film Oblivion with Tom Cruise, where there's a party on the space station, which turns out to be a lie. But anyway, as I was saying, Peach, you get a letter from Peach saying, "Mario, I'm throwing a party, I'm baking a cake for you and all this. You have to come to the castle." So then Mario goes to the castle, and what do you know? Peach is not there, and Bowser's taken her, or whatever. And I think it turns out that the party itself, just like the plot in Oblivion, the party was a lie, the cake was a lie, and the letter was written by Bowser. So that tells me that it's being revealed that, you know, as I say, the middle path doesn't exist, and does it mean that the Queen of Heaven doesn't exist? The middle path doesn't exist, and it's really men lying about it that just want to rule over you. You know, the Masons and whatnot, but they believe in the delusion. You know, God says those that claim wisdom away from God will be given a strong delusion. Well, I think the Queen of Heaven is the delusion. Whether it comes from Sirius or Venus or whatever, they seem to be the same thing in some ways. But so that Liberty statue, I'm torn at the moment between whether it's really a woman and Lucifer is a woman, or that is the lie. And just like we see with all the women in Hollywood and on the news channels and stuff, where they're all transsexuals, you know, they say there's hardly a woman in Hollywood and that they're all men in drag. Or is it the same with the Statue of Liberty, and that they portray it as a woman, as Liberty, but then you find out it's Lucifer, and it's like you want to believe Lucifer's a woman, but it's a man in drag, and Lucifer pretends to be a woman and pretends to be the Queen of Heaven, as if to say, like, we will trap man in this phony heaven which we've put a queen in charge of. It's like a way to lure men into it, like a Venus flytrap, like a vagina with teeth and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's like, I think that's it. I think that is what it is. It's all robotic. It's all fake. It's all a facade. Like the game Portal, where the cake is a lie, and the robot artificial intelligence kind of like enslaves mankind, or you're kind of given the impression that mankind's killed off by the artificial intelligence, which they call GLaDOS or Gladios. So I'm going to have to try and figure out the root of that name. But yeah, just a few thoughts there on the grand lie. The lie of it all. It's all a lie. It's all a ploy. It's giving man his freedom and his pleasure and his comforts, but really truly luring him to his grave, or to oblivion. You know, the tomb of darkness, where there's no light in oblivion. It's void. It's complete darkness. It's if she was, say it was like women are the reflection of the society. The reason America is called Babylon is not because it's like the Babylon, the city again. but Babylon has become the name for the harlot, which is the corrupted woman is Babylon, because the woman is the grace of the society, and if the grace has been corrupted, then it becomes Babylon. So, what was my point? Right, yeah. So if the harlot was cast out of the world and sent to oblivion, well, now it's like she tries to lure men into oblivion by fooling them into thinking that they're going to heaven, but they're really being condemned.